Hi, my name is Michael Graves with Singing from Scratch, the Singing from Scratch vocal method. And this is part 3 of a 3-part lesson series on how to sing in time with music. Before we've gone over the difference between rhythm and singing in time. They're two different things. You can have rhythm but not be able to sing in time. We've gone over songs and patterns and what they are. We've gone over the 1, 2, 3, 4 and the 1, 2, 3 different patterns within just pretty much all the music you're going to listen to, and how to recognize that. And I also gave you a drill at the bottom of part 2 of how to go and listen to songs so you can pick those out, right? And I'm not going to go over that again because that's what I went over in the second video. So in part 3, this is actually mostly going to be a drill. And I'm going to demo some stuff for you and so forth, but there's specific steps that I want you to do, and these are drills. This is kind of how I do things within my course. So I'll give you some theory, and then I will give you exercises, specific drill exercises that you go over until you obtain the ability of that portion of what you're trying to study. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to take a look at this. This is what I call the measure table, all right? And a measure is simply a single pattern of either 1, 2, 3, 4, or a pattern of 1, 2, 3, right? So we're going to concentrate on 1, 2, 3, 4 songs only. So for the purpose of this drill, you only want to use a 1, 2, 3, 4 song. What I mean by 1, 2, 3, 4 song, just to recap, we're going to go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It can be a slow song. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it didn't have to be this kind of song. It can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, this pattern, basically this pattern drill, or excuse me, this measure table, you can download a copy off of the website singfromscratch.com, or you can draw out your own. Just use this and get a piece of paper and draw it out. But if you download it, you'll have it on your phone. So if you're watching this on your phone, I'll try to put a link in here and you can just download it so you can look at it to do this drill yourself. The first thing I want you to do with this table is I want you to listen to a 1, 2, 3, 4 song and watch the table as you're listening to the 1, 2, 3, 4 song. Like start out, go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so listen to that song and count it all the way through 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or just the chorus or whatever you want to do. Now, step number 2, yeah, that was step number 1, sorry. Step number 2 is I want you to, this is where you're going to have to actually print it out or draw it out, is I want you to write in the table above the 1, 2, 3, 4 where the words of the lyrics would fall before or after the numbers, or sometimes on the number, right? And write those in the correct spaces above and below. It kind of looks like this is, if you're familiar with Hotel California, this is what that looks like, and this is what you're going to end up writing, okay? So you can see where the words would go to for the chorus of Hotel California. So you can see that in there. All right, so that's what I want you to do. Once you've written that in there, step number 3, okay? Step number 3 is to check your work. So after you've written it in, listen to the song again, or the portion that you wrote, and see if you did it correctly, and then make any corrections, and repeat 1, 2, 3. Now, step number 4 is basically repeating steps 1, 2, 3 with other songs until you can get that. So once you have that, then sing those songs and sing it with it. And here's to use the Hotel California thing, right? We're going to go into, after you have that, you've got that drilled down, so we're going to move into a portion of the explanation, which is I'm going to show you, so I'm going to sing something, and then I'm going to point something out to you, okay? So, on a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of colitas rising up through the air. Now, I'm using a verse instead of the chorus, but whatever, I'm going to give the idea. So, I'm going to do that again so you can hear what I'm doing. On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of colitas rising up through the air. Now, you get that right? So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, singing in time with music is just about it's just about as important. It is important to know when to sing as much as it is to know when not to sing. Okay? The problem with singing in time that I find that most people have is they come in too soon or they come in too late, and they're not following the pattern of 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3. But we're sticking with 1, 2, 3, 4. So it would sound like something like this. On a dark desert highway, what do you mean? On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of colitas rising up through the... We're all off, okay? Because I started too soon. Here's what it sounds like when you start too late. On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of... You see that it's not singing in time, and that is the problem that most people are running into. It's like, well, when do I come in and when do I not? Well, when you're singing, on a dark desert highway, you're singing. When you're not singing, for however long time it is, whether it be a short span of 1 beat or half a beat or whatever, you are resting. You're resting, okay? And in music, it's called a rest. You'll have a note, and then you'll have a rest, right? And that rest in written music tells you that's when you don't play, and the note tells you when to play and what to play or what to sing, right? So, let's try. I'm going to try to incorporate the 1, 2, 3, 4 with this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. On a dark desert highway. 2. Cool wind in my hair. 4. 1. Try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. On a dark desert highway. 4. Cool wind in my hair. 4. 1. Warm smell of colitas. 4. Rising up through the air. 4. You see that? So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. On a dark desert highway. 4. Cool wind in my hair. 4. 1. Cool smell of colitas. 4. 1. Rising up through the air. So on this particular phrase, you'll notice that I'm resting or supposed to rest on 1 and 4 of every single one of those measures. Okay? So count it as I sing it. 1, 2, 3, 4. On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of colitas rising up through the air. You see? So that's basically what you need to practice, is understanding when to not sing and fit that into the pattern of 1, 2, 3, 4. Where, if you're having a problem singing in time with music, where you're failing ultimately is knowing when to sing and when not to sing, and how that fits into the 1, 2, 3, 4 pattern, or 1, 2, 3 pattern if you're doing a 3 pattern song, right? So writing out and using that measure drill, or using that measure table and writing out stuff will help you to visualize where those rests are and count that 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And go, okay, I'm not supposed to sing on that part. And then you'll start developing a natural ability to recognize the patterns of 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? Now, just as a side note, patterns within patterns, just so you'll know, is that you'll see that there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, third measure, 2, 3, 4, fourth measure, 3, 4, right? That's 4 of 4. Now the second part of the verse is, right? 2, 3, 4. You hear that? Now you're going to start another 4, okay? And that's basically, you'll notice there's a 4 and a 4, which equals 8, which would be a verse. And then, of course, there's going to be 4 and 4, and then 4 and 4. So you've basically, now you've got 16 beats, okay? Or 8 beats, and then 16 beats, and so forth and so on. But it's in patterns of 4s and 8s and 16s and 32s. and 3/4s are within, essentially you do the math, okay? So go back, do your measure table drills, sing the songs, and get yourself familiar when not to sing and when to sing. And as you do this, you will develop a natural ear for those patterns, because all it is the ability to sing in time is simply the ability to recognize the patterns of music and how your pattern fits in with the rest of the patterns that are playing. Okay?